What's going on, Heads Up fans? Welcome back to episode 37 of Throwback Thursday, the baseball edition. And this week we are getting back on track, starting where we should with 1990 Topps Baseball. This is probably my favorite design of any Topps product, especially from back in the day. So I'm really excited to rip on into this box. We'll be looking for the Frank Thomas rookie card. Hopefully we'll find one without the name on it. The Ken Griffey card that's on the box here. And just a shout out to my buddy Dave for helping me procure this box. So without further ado, we have a lot of packs to get into. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right on into it. Caldor packs. 16 cards and a stick of gum per. Holy monkey. Right on the back we will show, there we go, the box cards. Got another George Brett box card, Wade Boggs, Dawson, and of course a Darrell Evans. I gotta have one rando guy there. There, the box and our packs, and we are ready to go. All right, let's see what we find. Gum. Lots of stuck gum. All right. Willie Wilson, Mike Smith, Jerry Roos, Dan Walling, Roger McDowell. So Jim Abbott rookie card, or rookie cup, not bad. Pascual Perez, Fred Manrique, we'll do the flip. Jose Alvarez, Steve Frey, Damaso Garcia, Brian Downing, Pat Borders, Lonnie Smith, Mark Grace, and Ron Kittle. All right. Like I said, these cards, just my favorite cards growing up. This was the set to get. Let's see what we get. Mark Kubica, there's a Barry Bonds card. Early Barry. Skinny. Brian Holton, Mike Flanagan, Yvonne Calderon, Chris Sabo, Oral Hershiser, Claudel Washington, Tom McCarthy, Kelly Gruber, Mariano Duncan, Ben McDonald, first round draft pick. So that's kind of what the Frank Thomas card is going to look like. So we'll be looking for that. Rob Ducey, Tim Leary, Danny Jackson, and Mackie Sasser. Mackie. Okay, Mr. Mackey. All right. Paul Molitor. Got an autograph of his out of Diamond Kings Baseball the other day. Michael Koss, George Bell, Jose Lynn, John Moses, Joe Girardi, Lou Whitaker, Scott Terry, future star of Todd Zeal, Mickey Weston, Juan Berenger, Tony Castillo, Sean Hilias, Jose De Jesus, and Dave Bergman. Just unsticking that gum. All right, turn back the clock insert of Dick Hauser. Probably had 100,000 of that card. Danny Darwin, Dave West, Greg Catterett, Tom Lampkin, Gary Wayne, Marquise Grissom, Dave Johnson, Darnell Coles, Don August, Eddie Whitson, Wally Joyner, Gary Sheffield All-Star rookie card, Fernando Valenzuela, Craig Lefferts, and Greg Gagne. Good news as well. I know last week I talked about how my box of 92 Topps Rock Reigns, there we go, was lost. Will Clark, Eddie Murray, this is a nice pack. lost in the mail. Well, we did finally receive that. So next week we will be doing Tony Gwynn, 92 tops. Like I said, getting back on track here. Harold Baines, Rick Ruskill, Roberto Alomar. This is a very nice pack. John Kruk, Kevin Apier, Steve Sachs. There's a Mike Schmidt, turn back the clock. And a Kirk Gibson. I don't believe what I just saw. All right, next pack. Dan Petre, Vance Law, Mark Grant, Scott Scudder, R.J. Reynolds, Rick Roden, David Cohn, Rick Dempsey, Herman Gonzalez, Bob McClure, Rick Mailer, Terry Steinbeck, Drew Hall, Brian Mayer, checklist 4 of 6, and Carmelo Castillo. I believe the Nolan Ryan 300 or 3,000 strikeout card, no-hitter cards are also in this set, so we'll be looking for those. Gary Pettis, Tom Henke, Terry Francona, Willie McGee, Jeff Robinson, Jim DeShanes, Obi McDowell, Greg Matthews, Otis Nixon, Ray Serge. There's Roger Clemens. There we go, Roger Clemens. Very nice. Adam Peterson, Willie Frazier, Clint Zavaris, and Kurt Wilkerson. Next pack, we have Pedro Guerrero, John Orsulek, Gary Gaetti, Art Howe, Jim Lefebvre, Jamie Moyer, Lee Gutterman, Phil Bradley, Jeff Pico, Jose Guzman, Juan Gonzalez, John Farrell, Paul Coleman, #1 pick. There we go. Kelly Downs, Jim Aker, and Dan Bollardello. My daughter and wife just made a visit. Sorry if my daughter is a little fussing in the background there. Got Chris James, Vince Coleman. There's a Bo Jackson. Very nice Bo. Bo Jackson. Dave LaPointe, Mike Bilecki, Pete Smith, Alfredo Griffin, Dick Schofield, Roger Salkeld, #1 draft pick. Storm Davis, Ed Nunez, Tom Nidenfuhr, Lenny Harris, Lee Mazzilli, Brian Holman, and Tim Teufel. All right. First stack down. Get that gum off of there. Rich Gedman starting off the pack here for the Red Sox. Dave West, future star of Eric Anthony. Not sure that any future stars out of this set actually panned out, but I guess we'll see. Joe Girardi again, Lou Whitaker, another Rock Raines, Will Clark, and Eddie Murray. And Joe Price for the Red Sox, Sid Fernandez, and Dan Plesac. Get that gum right off. All right. Fernando Valenzuela, Greg Gagne, and another Paul Molitor. Alvaro Espinosa, Michael Koss, George Bell, Jose Lind, Dave Schmidt, Mike Maddox, Dave Bergman. There's a Dave Winfield. Nice Dave Winfield there. Rob Ducey, Kirk Gibson, Doug Strange, Jose Gonzalez, and Gary Bruce Wayne. All right. Kevin McReynolds, Rob Ritchie, Lenny Harris, Steve Balboni. There's a Mark McGuire. Nice McGuire there. Zane Smith, Greg Matthews, Bip Roberts, Chris James, Jose Alvarez, Steve Frey, Damaso Garcia, Pat Borders, Lonnie Smith, Dick Schofield, and Mark Kubica. Zane Smith. Psycho is Steve Lyons starting this pack off. Always put Psycho in with the Red Sox. Bobby Ojeda, John Watman, Jim Gott, another Barry Bonds. Skinny Barry, Mark Grace, Ron Kittle, Claudel Washington, Brian Holton, and Eddie Whitson. See another Gary Sheffield coming up. Rick Honeycutt, Jerry Roos, Bruce Ruffin, Kelly Gruber, Jeff Robinson, Pascal Perez, Danny Darwin. There's another first draft pick of Roger Salkeld for the Mariners. Ivan Calderon, Chris Sabo, Oral Hershiser, Craig Lefferts, Darnell Coles, Don August, Wally Joyner, and there's that Gary Sheffield that I saw. All-Star Rookie Cup. Nice that we got 2 Sheffields. Let's get 1 Griffey. Bob Kipper, Milt Thompson, Juan Nieves. There's a All-Star National League insert of Mike Scott. John Franco, Sean Abner, Tim Cruz, Rick Aguilera, Nelson Lariano. There's a Randy Johnson. Nice unit. Second-year card for Randy Johnson. Rick Leach, Tony Fernandez, El Presidente, Scott Scudder, R.J. Reynolds, and Rick Roden. Greg Harris, John Morris, Drew Hall, Jeff Russell, Alejandro Pena. There's a Robin Yount All-Star card. Brewers used to be in the American League, for those of you that didn't know that. Mike Stanton. No wonder he changed his name back to Giancarlo. Bruce Benedict. There's a David Cohn. Little rough corner there on that one. Rick Dempsey, Pedro Guerrero, Joe Orsulak, Gary Gaetti, Art Howe, Jim Lefevre, and Jamie Moyer. All right. Mike Kirkhow, John Hart, Glenn Davis. There's a Nolan Ryan. Nice Nolan there. Clint Savaras, Corey Snyder, Randy Kuchar, Kevin Ritz, Obi McDowell, Marty Pevy, Vince Coleman, another Bo Jackson, Dave LaPointe, Mike Bilecki, Pete Smith, and Alfredo Griffin. All right, we got another Juan Gonzalez. Second-year card for Gonzalez. Ruben Sierra, Tom Candiotti. There's a draft pick of Jeff Jackson. Still looking for that. Frank Thomas, Andy Van Slyke, Mike Morgan, Herman Gonzalez, Tony Phillips, Lee Gutterman, Phil Bradley, Gary Pettis, Tom Henke, Tito Francona, Willie McGee, Jeff Robinson, and Jim Deshaies. We are halfway through, and I'm just going to slide the stack. Start a second stack of junk. All right. Starting this one off, Bob Walk, Eric Anthony, future star, Felix Jose, Herm Whittingham. There's an Ozzie Smith All-Star game card, NL All-Star. Chris Buzzio, Danny Cox, Mike Maddox. We got dual spring fevered in this one, and a Ryan Sandberg. Nice Sandberg card. Bob Durner, Rafael Belliard, Rick Sutcliffe, Kevin Brown, Jeff Torberg, Jose De Leon, and Lenny Dykstra. Ooh, duped again with the inserts. All right. Rick Cerrone for the Red Sox. Craig Murtry, Franklin Stubbs, Mike Smithson, Ron Darling, Tom Bernansky, Tom Browning, Darryl Strawberry. Duel, Tony's brother Chris, Kent Anderson, Mike Dune. There's an Alex Sanchez, future star. Jason Grimsley, Jim Rice, Jim Ed. There we go. And a Fred McGriff All-Star card and Jimmy Jones. All right. Tom Lawless, Rance Mullinix. There you go. Ken Howell, Paul Gibson, Jack Howell, Brian Harvey, Carlos Martinez, All-Star Rookie Cup, Andy Allenson, the John Dobson, Kirby Puckett All-Star card, Steve Cummings, Marvin Freeman, Francisco Cabrera, Matt Williams, John Kengalossi, and an All-Star Ruben Sierra. Eric Show. There's a Ricky Henderson. Nice Ricky. There you go. Tom Foley, Tony Armas, Jimmy Key, Andy Hawkins, Randy McCammett, Pat Tabler, Rod Nichols, Pat Perry, Jeff Juden, #1 pick for the Astros, Jesse Orozco, Ed Whitted, Sergio Valdez, Mike Smith, and Lance Blankenship for the A's. No, I will never eat the gum. In case you were wondering. Robin Yount. There you go. Walt Weiss. And there's the Griffey. Very nice. Nice. Little off-centered there, but very sharp corners. Centering top to bottom, left to right. Definitely off, but very nice All-Star Rookie Cup Griffey, followed by Craig Worthington All-Star Rookie Cup, Jeff Montgomery, Tracy Jones, Ozzie Guillen, Marty Barrett for the Red Sox. There's a John Smoltz, second-year card. Charlie Hayes, Mike Sharperson. There's a Jody Reed and a Carl Yastrzemski turn back the clock insert. Gary Malecki, Dave Leapier, and there's a Nolan Ryan. 5,000 strikeouts. There we go. That's the insert set there. Nolan Ryan on his way to 5,000 strikeouts. Dennis Oil Can Boyd in this pack. Coming up. All right. Goose Gozo. There's a Dennis Eckersley. Nice Eck. My brother was a big A's fan growing up. Ken Phelps, not of Ken Phelps. So. Kurt Ford, Randy Myers, Ozzie Smith, nice Ozzie. Mike Marshall, Floyd Bannister, Tommy Herr, Tim Wallach, Hubie Brooks, Luis Quinones, Tony Fossis, Andy McGaffigan, Tim Belcher, and Dennis Oil Can Boyd for the Red Sox. So happy he's in a Red Sox uniform in this set. That way it stays with me forever. How can you go wrong with a nickname like Oil Can? All right. Kevin Tapani, Bobby Thigpen, checklist 1 of 6. Andy Bennis, Doug Strange, Jose Gonzalez, Marcus Lawton, Glenn Allen Hill, Rob Dibble, Gary Templeton, Mark Parent. There's Billy Ripken, Tony La Russa, Hall of Fame manager, Jerry Reed, Terry Poole, and Randy St. Clair. Glenn Allen Hill's son is now a major league prospect with the Diamondbacks. If you didn't know that, you can find Glenn Allen Hill Jr.'s cards in 2020 Bowman, his first Bowman card. Wes Gardner, hey. Bud Black. There's a Greg Maddux, an early Greg Maddux. Gary Thurman, Greg Briley for the Mariners All-Star Rookie Cup. Jeff Hamilton, Greg Olson, Randy Milligan, George Canal, Dave Clark, Keith Hernandez, Hal Morris, Scott Luciter, Juan Bell, Danny Heap, and there's another Nolan Ryan 5,000 strikeout card, number 5. Very nice. Little OC'd there. That Greg Briley there is the Griffey fake out card. It almost looks like the Griffey, but not quite. Jeff King, Doyle Alexander, Dennis Lamp, John Cerruti, Rob Deere, Donnell Nixon, Ken Daly, Jeff Reardon, and here's Greg Jeffries, the other hot All-Star Rookie Cup to collect. I feel bad for the guys that collected this guy instead of those Griffies back in the day. Bruce Ruffin, Glenn Wilson, Carmelo Martinez, Frank Tanana, Kelly Mann, Bob Rogers, and there's another Psycho, Steve Lyons. All right. Getting on to our last stack. We are still looking for our Frank Thomas. Wouldn't mind if we find another Griffey in this stack. That would be nice. And we'll start with a Craig Biggio All-Star card. Back when the Astros were in the National League. Steve Davis, Bob Kipper, Rich Monteleone, Flash Gordon All-Star Rookie Cup card. So there we go. Flash Gordon, not a bad name. And there's an early Kurt Schilling. And then right behind that, got a very nice Frank Thomas. This one looks nicely centered. Very sharp. I'm going to just load that right into a sleeve because that might head off to PSA. That's a really nice card there. Ron Robinson, Teddy Higuera. There's an Edgar Martinez. Mel Hall, Jay Bell, Brady Anderson, Mike Devereaux, Dave Vale, and Randy Kramer. All right. So another Griffey or another Thomas. Promise I won't complain if I get doubles of those guys. Or any, of our All-Star Hall of Fame guys. Rob Murphy for the Red Sox. Chuck Carey. There's a Deion Sanders. It's going to be a rookie card for Deion baseball. He played a little bit in 89, but went back to the minor leagues. So Deion. Kevin Mitchell All-Star game card. Bill Kruger, Scott Bradley, Kevin Bass. Delino DeShields. Also going to be a rookie card for Delino DeShields. Cecilio Guante, Alan Anderson, Jim Corsi, Todd Worrell, Bill Schroeder, Mark Guthrie, Dave Parker, and Dave Schmidt. Tom Kelly, Jeff Reed, Ernie Witt, Dion James, Mike Felder, Doug DeCenzo, Dickie Thon, there we go, Louis Polonia, Tom O'Malley, Barry Jones, Darrell Evans, he's on the back of the box, Cal Daniels, rookie card, Rafael Ramirez, Kurt Young, a couple Cardinals upside down, Denny Walling and Ted Power Hour. There we go. All right. Bill Landrum, Steve Lake, Paul O'Neill, Mark Davis, Juan Samuel, Steve Finley, Tommy Lasorda card. Hold on to Tommy. Terry Mulholland. There's a Joe McGrain All-Star card. Dan Murphy. A. Bart Giamatti. Very nice. The commissioner throws himself into the set. This, if you aren't familiar, is actor Paul Giamatti's father, who acted as the commissioner, and I believe he passed away while in office. Died September 1st, 1989. So this is a commemorative card, and he did pass away while he was acting commissioner of the major league. So we'll hold on to that card. That's kind of a neat card. Joel Skinner, Phil Stevenson, Charlie Liebrant, Brian Clutterbuck, there we go, and Bo All Red. He is all red. All right, 5 packs to go. Will we find any more fire? Any little extras coming out? Let's find out. Nick Leva, Randy Velarde, Brett Saberhagen All-Star card. Steve Bedrosian, kids in the league right now. Cam. Sid Bream, Mel Stoudemire. There's a Bernie Williams rookie card. Very nice. Bernie Williams rookie. Bert Blyleven, Hall of Famer. Harold Reynolds, Steve Bucciolari, Charlie O'Brien, Steve Jeltz, Jim Eisenreich, Tom Benzinger, Darren Dalton, and Randy Bush. All right, Jack Doherty, Rick Thompson, Alejandro Pena, Tommy Helms, Wally Whitehurst, Mike Fetters, Bobby Thompson. There's a Ricky Henderson record breaker card. Very nice. 40 career leadoff home runs, which was a record back in the 90s. Mike Henneman, Glenn Braggs, Brad Kaminsk, Bruce Hurst, Joe Oliver, Cito Gaston, Bill Wegman, and Dave Stewart. All right, final 3 packs. What do we have? There is a nice Hall of Famer there. Nelson Santanovia, not him. Eric Davis All-Star card. Juan Augusto, Pat Combs, Tim Burke, Bob Nepper, Eric Yielding. There's a Dwight Evans and Kirby Puckett. That was the one that I saw there. Nice Kirby Puckett card. Trevor Wilson, Jeff Weatherby, Junior Felix, Danny Tartable, Al Newman, Derek Lillyquist, and Larry Sheets. All right. Mark Williamson, Jeff Musselman, checklist 3 of 6. John Costello. There's a Will Clark All-Star card. Sandy Alomar, Dan Powell, Stan Belinda, Steve Wilson, Greg Myers, Gene Harris, Ken Oberkfell, BJ Suroff, Brooke Jacoby, Mickey Hatcher, and another Joe Price. Sweet. My Joe Price PC is building up. And here we are, our last pack of 1990 Topps. Will we find one more? Let's see. Matt Young, Atlee Hammaker, Calvin Schiraldi, Daryl Boston, Jay Buhner, Jeff Husson. There is a Cal Ripken Jr. All-Star card. So we did find a Cal, not the base, but a Cal. Louis Soho, Whitey Herzog, Keith Miller, Junior Ortiz, Alan Trammell, Jim Presley, Tim Laudner, Bobby Bonilla getting ready to get paid. His anniversary is coming up, I think, early July. And Sid Fernandez to finish us off. So we did find both the Griffey All-Star Rookie Cup, which is on the box there, as well as the Frank Thomas #1 draft pick, currently in production with Project 2020, getting redesigned 20 times. That was definitely our hit of the box. That was the card we were looking for, no doubt. Thank you so much for joining and checking out episode 37 of Throwback Thursday, the baseball edition. If you like what you saw, definitely leave a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and share on your favorite social media platform. And we will see you next time at Heads Up Sports Cards. As always, buy the t-shirt. Have a great night.